What does it take to kill a man like Rasputin? A shot to the chest, poison, drowning, or perhaps through something far darker? Grigori Rasputin, the enigmatic holy man who seemed invincible. His death is a story shrouded in mystery and myth, one that has fascinated historians and conspiracy theorists for over a century. But how much of what we've heard is true, and how much has been distorted by legend? Today, we unravel the myth of Rasputin's death and reveal the reality behind it. To understand his death, we first need to know the man himself. Grigori Rasputin, a peasant from Siberia who rose to become one of the most controversial figures in the Russian Empire. With his rumored healing powers, he gained the trust of Tsar Nicholas II and Tsarina Alexandra. They believed Rasputin could save their ailing son, the hemophiliac heir to the throne, Alexei. But his influence over the royal family caused an uproar, earning him enemies among nobles, clergy, and politicians. To many, Rasputin was seen as a manipulative mystic, a corrupting influence on the monarchy. To his enemies, he became a symbol of everything wrong with the Russian government. But what sealed his fate? His supposed magical powers or the chaos he sowed among Russia's elites? Either way, by late 1916, a group of nobles decided Rasputin had to die. December 30th, 1916, the Yusupov Palace in St. Petersburg. This was the night that Rasputin's life would supposedly come to a violent end, if the stories are to be believed. According to one of the most famous accounts, Prince Felix Yusupov, along with other conspirators, lured Rasputin to the palace under the pretense of a friendly gathering. There, they served him cakes and wine laced with a lethal dose of cyanide. Yet to their horror, Rasputin didn't die. Legend has it that after hours of waiting, Rasputin was then shot multiple times, and still survived. Finally desperate, they tied him up and threw him into the icy Neva River. Even then, some claim his body was found with signs of a struggle, as if he had tried to claw his way out of the frozen water. But is this dramatic sequence of events the truth, or a cleverly crafted myth? So what does the evidence tell us? Historians have spent years dissecting the claims of Rasputin's indestructibility, and it turns out the truth might not be as fantastical as the legend suggests. Autopsy reports revealed no trace of cyanide in Rasputin's system, raising doubts about the poisoning story. While he was indeed shot, it's believed he died from a bullet to the head, not some supernatural resistance to gunfire. As for the drowning, modern analysis suggests Rasputin may have been dead before he ever hit the water. Many of the details we've come to know about his death come from Yusupov's own memoirs written years later, possibly exaggerated for dramatic effect. After all, the tale of a mystical monk who couldn't be killed is far more gripping than a simple assassination. So why do the myths surrounding Rasputin's death persist even today? Part of it is the man himself, a figure who inspired fear, fascination, and envy. But another part is the chaos of the time. In the final years of the Romanov dynasty, as Russia spiraled towards revolution, Rasputin became a scapegoat. His life, and especially his death, were used as symbols of a crumbling regime. For the Russian people, stories of Rasputin's supposed supernatural resilience fit perfectly into a narrative of a corrupt monarchy clinging to power, only to be swept away in the chaos of revolution. In the end, the truth of Rasputin's death may not be as dramatic as the myths that have followed it. But perhaps that's fitting for a man who lived his entire life surrounded by mystery and controversy. His death, like his life, remains shrouded in half-truths and legend. What do you think? Was Rasputin's death an ordinary murder, or was there something more to it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Epic Time Journeys for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries.